Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the channel. Just turn that down a bit. Hope you're all well. Thanks for joining us for this live watch along of the Premier League game between Newcastle and Arsenal on this lovely autumn afternoon. Sun's out. Looks like the sun's out at St James's, and we're looking forward to a tough game, but a good game nonetheless. As a neutral, we're looking forward to plenty of good football and plenty of goals if we can. If you've just joined us, the earlier score was Aston Villa 3, Fulham 1. First home win for Aston Villa, and not a bad performance since they've been struggling. They've got 3 goals. The first goals I think they've got in the Premier League this season, is it? But anyway, we're not concentrating on that game. We're concentrating on this one that we've got here at the moment. Let's go through the teams as they've been announced. Both managers, Eddie Howe and Mikel Arteta, have gone for a 4-3-3 formation. So let's take a look at Newcastle first. He's gone for Pope in goal. At full-back will be Livramento. Thiaw and Botman will be the centre halves. It's got Byrne at left full-back here. I'm not sure whether that's quite right. It may be that Botman goes to full-back or maybe Thiaw, but we'll see. I don't expect Byrne to line up at left full-back, but we'll see. Bruno Guimaraes, Tonali and Joe Linton, the battling, hard-working Joe Linton in midfield. Jacob Murphy, Voltemad and Gordon, the forward players. 4-3-3, as I've said, for Mikel Arteta. So he has Raya in goal. Timber, Mosquera is taking the place of Saliba, who's injured. Gabriel and Calafiori is the left fullback. Eze, Zubimendi and Rice in midfield. And playing forward will be Saka, Gyökeres, the central attacker, and Trossard on the left-hand side. I think pretty much as we would have expected from Arsenal there. If Arsenal do actually win this game, they'll go within 2 points of Liverpool, who lost yesterday, into second place. So a lot to play for here. As we have a look at the tables, let's just see how it affects Newcastle if they win, because they could do with a win. They're not right up there at the moment. They're down in 15th position. They'll go up to 9 points. We'll take them right up to 8th. They'll replace Chelsea in 8th. So a big jump this early in the season, and Newcastle will want to get their I'm going to say a championship challenge underway. It's not going to be a championship challenge for Newcastle if we're being truthful about it, but they'll be looking for European spots, no doubt. So a lot for both teams to play for. So let me know what you think. Get involved in the chat. If you want to get involved in the chat, you can let us know what you think about the two teams, or you could just give us a score prediction. I'm not sure about the score. It's a close one. I'm favouring Arsenal to win this, but only by the odd goal. I would say Arsenal 2-1 for me. But let me know what you think. Chance to get your comments in and your predictions before the game gets started. When it gets started in about 10 minutes time, then we will concentrate on the game as it is. If I see any comments that are worthy of a reply, I will try and get to them if I can, but we'll do more at half time. Just altering that camera a bit there. If you just bear with me a second. There we go, it's a bit better now. Yeah, so like I say, we're about 9 minutes or so from kick-off. Your chance to get your comments in also before the game is actually kicked off. If you'd like to become a channel member for us, then please do. Just go to the channel, hit that like button, hit the notification bell, because if you want to join us for further watch-alongs, and we do plenty. We'll do it every weekend, and some of the European games during the week as well. So if you want to join us for them and watch the coverage with us, then you'll get a notification. If you hit that notification bell, just to let you know that we are on channels soon. Hit the like, which just helps the channel increase with the YouTube algorithm. And if you're not a subscriber, please do become a subscriber. It does help the channel. It helps us to grow a little bit further. We're looking to move on to 200 subscribers today. So if you can help us get to 200 subscribers, we'll be a big help, and we're very grateful from you. So I will keep reminding people throughout the day. But if you can, it's free. Just hit that subscribe button. Got my cup of tea before the game gets started. If you've got any questions you want to ask, get your questions in the comments. I might not always be able to answer them, but it'd be nice to read them just the same. I've given you my prediction of a 2-1 win to Arsenal, but let me know what you think. Any of you Newcastle fans are watching our watch along today, what do you think? I know your team are very competitive, and Arsenal will miss Saliba at the back. Does it weaken them at all? If there's any Arsenal fans, does it weaken your team? Let me know what you think. Chance for Arsenal to steal some points back on Liverpool after their shock loss yesterday. I've seen a shock loss, but you know, Crystal Palace are a difficult side at home, and Liverpool haven't really got the season going. I mean, they'd won 5 out of 5, but nobody can say that they'd played really well. They'd relied on a lot of late goals for their points, and they came unstuck. They got beaten by a late goal. A former Arsenal player, Eddie Nketiah as well, which won't have gone unnoticed by the Arsenal fans. Thanks to everybody who is with us so far and watching. It's nice to see you here with us. I do appreciate your support. Please do become a subscriber if you're not a subscriber. Not far away from kickoff. Another 5 minutes and we'll be underway. Watch this game until the end, and then you'll be able to switch over for the golf and watch the climax of that. Although there's not going to be much of a climax. Europe are going to walk it if the truth is known. And quite rightly too, after the scenes that we saw yesterday at New York. Pretty disgusting, but it is what it is nowadays in golf. And there's one thing for certain, is that the Americans were going to get it all back in 2 years' time when they come back to Europe. There's no doubt about that. We're not far away from kick-off now. As usual, the TV coverage likes to bang in the advertisements before the game gets started, but we're not far away from the teams being in the tunnel. I'm just looking on the TV there, and there's showing a bit of the golf. There's John Rahm there walking hand in hand with his wife up to the clubhouse. So I think that gets started just after 5 o'clock. Big crowd at St James's, as you would expect. It's always full there. Does that give Newcastle the edge? Let me know what you think. Does it give Newcastle the edge in this game? It's certainly a leveller. Just a quick thought about West Ham sacking Graham Potter yesterday. What, has anybody got any comments on that? What do you think to that one? I mean, I don't think it's unexpected, is it? But will that be enough? If we get Nuno in, will that be enough to turn West Ham's fortunes around? Are they just not good enough? Is it just the fact that nobody's going to get a tune out of that team because they're just not up to it? Just looking down on the top of the St James's Park there. What's it hold? About 55,000, I think, something like that. Substitutes are coming out now, so the players won't be far away soon. Eddie Howe's in the corridor, so he's obviously said all he needs to say. Maybe it's the captain's turn to just add a few bits of advice to his team before the game gets underway. Nice to see Bukayo Saka back in the side as well. England are going to need him in the internationals after next week. Both teams lined up in the tunnel now and just waiting to be given the thumbs up to come out. Just go through the teams again before the game does get started. It's Pope, Livramento, Tiao, Botman, Byrne, Guimaraes, Tonali, Joe Linton, Murphy, Volta, Merda, and Gordon for Newcastle as the teams start coming out from the tunnel. It's Rayo in goal for Arsenal. It's Timber, Mosquera for Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori, Eze, Zubimendi, Rice, Saka, Gokares, and Trossard. Teams just coming out onto the pitch now. Massive crowd in St James's again. Just going through the usual lineup before the handshakes from both teams. Just get this timer sorted out and we'll be just about ready to go. Just going through the teams now. We already know what the lineup is going to be. I'll just have a look at that's the Arsenal side. Have I missed the Newcastle side? I just want to see who's playing centre halves. It can't be Byrne who's playing centre half, but if I've missed the lineups there, messing about with timer there, I'll have a look as the teams line up. I'm not surprised. Anthony Gordon playing his 200th club appearance. That's for Arsenal and Everton. Zubimendi has started every game for Arsenal this season. So obviously he came to the club in good peak fitness. Not far away from kick-off. It's just about time now. Both teams in their usual colours, black and white for Newcastle and red and white for Arsenal. No surprise there. It's Arsenal to kick off the first half. Kicking from right to left as we look at the pitch. Whistle goes. Eze is going to take the kick. Oh, it's kicking from left to right. A false start. Take it again, says the referee. To Eze again. All the way back to Raya, and Raya's going to pump it forward. Well, it's Gyökeres who goes up for it. And Thiaw turns it away. Calafiori has to chase back into his own half. Mosquera gives it to Raya. And Raya goes long. Livramento brings it down. Goes back. Just looking, Dan Burn is wide. He can't be playing left back though, can he? Pope drives it long. Anthony Gordon goes up, but he's not going to beat Timber to that. Saka picks the loose ball up and he's chopped down by Joe Linton. And that's first foul of the game. Pick crude from Joe Linton to start off first tackle. Free kick is out wide to the right. I think it's Rice who's going to take it. Defensive line is just short of the penalty box. It's into the middle. That's going to be attacked there, and it's flicked on by Calafiori, but it's a bit of a Calafiori by Gyökeres. It's a bit of a weak header, and it's a comfortable save for Pope. Difficult one to get any power in, is that? But anyway, Joe Linton has the ball now. Voltemada is beaten to the ball. Rice plays it forward. Gyökeres, but almost lost control of it, but managed to get it back to Rice. Rice plays it back into Zubi-Zumendi. Just looking for Trossard, but Trossard couldn't reach it, and Newcastle picked the loose ball up. Dan Burn does look like he's playing left side. Tonali lays it out to the right. It's Livramento. Guimaraes in support. Comes out to Burn on the left-hand side. On the halfway line, it's Botman. Botman leaves it out to Thiaw. Thiaw gives it back to Botman again. Played inside to Joe Linton. Deflection favours Joe Linton. Gets the ball back to Botman. Burn. Back to Botman, who's just retreated a bit. Left-footed goes long. It's brought down quite nicely by Murphy there. Murphy plays it inside to Voltemada, and the ball goes back to Murphy, who's meant to run forward, but Calafiori gets a foot in and concedes the throw over on the far side to Newcastle. As Livramento got a long throw. Looks like he has. Everyone's retreated. Seems like every team's now got a long throw specialist. In it comes now. It's flicked on. Actually came off the head of Mosquera and went straight through to Raya, who's got the ball out wide, quickly looking for the run of Gyökeres, but Pope's out of his goal and puts it into touch. Zubi-Zumendi has it. Goes back to Gabriel, and Gabriel gives it back to Raya. Raya's going to go long down the middle. Trossard's not going to win that one and doesn't. Zubimendi gets it out to Timber. He puts a cross in early. It's flicked away onto the edge of the box. There's a left-footed shot. It wasn't the best of shots. It was a bit of a scuffed shot, but it was going inside that left-hand corner, and Pope gets down smartly to turn it round the post for a corner. Great control with 1 foot and then onto the left foot, and it was going in. It's a good save by Pope there. If it had struck it a bit better, probably Pope wouldn't have got anywhere near it, but nevertheless, it was a good save, and it's a corner to Arsenal. Saka's going to take this from the right-hand side, left-footed in-swinger. And it comes, it's a deep one. Pope gets a punch on it, not very far, but it's cleared at the back post by Tonali. Gordon gets his head to it. Trossard plays it back. Zubimendi was the last man back, and he's laid it back to Raya, who's driven it forward again. Calafiori's up there. Rice back to Calafiori. Eze. Now Trossard, who's central, gets out to the right-hand side. Timber to Raya, back inside to Timber. It's well played between the two there. Timber's central, lays a to the box. Gyökeres gets a shot in. It's well covered there by Botman. And Murphy gets the ball away. He's played the ball inside, but it's picked up by Gabriel. Gabriel plays it to Rice, who's laying deep. Gives it to Zubimendi. Saka now on the right. A chance to attack. Dan Burn going for the line. Plays it inside him. He's gone round him into the box. He gets his cross in, but it's straight at Pope at the near post, and he makes a comfortable catch. I think Dan Burn's going to have his hands full there with Saka on that right-hand side. His Newcastle left. Rice has the ball now. Mosquera gives it back to Raya. No pressure on Raya, but still goes long. Looking for Gyökeres. Botman's right behind him. Gyökeres goes down. Referee's having none of it though. Newcastle have the ball short of halfway. That's Botman. Gives it to Tiao. Back to Botman. Then to Dan Burn on the left. He goes left-footed down the line, looking for the run of Gordon. Timber's with him. And Timber's just too strong for Gordon. Out-muscles him. Comes away with the ball. Rice now. Calafiori on the left. Back inside to Rice. And Zubimendi. Rice again. Just slowing the ball down a bit. Mosquera to Timber. Timber looking to go forward. And then goes back to Mosquera. He goes back to Raya. Back inside to Rice. He plays it across to the free Mosquera. Back into Zubimendi in midfield. He goes back to Gabriel. Arsenal not going forward, but keeping control of the ball, keeping possession. Zubimendi turns one way, turns the other. No pressure on him at the moment. Gives it back to Mosquera. Mosquera can come forward, chips the ball, looking down the line for Saka, but he's not going to get anywhere near that one. And the ball runs through to Pope. He gives it to Botman. Tiao gives it back to Pope. Pope comes to Botman, who's in the left-hand corner now. Left-footed, chips it forward. Looking for Voltemade, but he's muscled off it. Timber gets it almost to Saka, but it's played down the line now. Voltemada in the inside left position. Looked like a lack of pace there. Gives it to Byrne, who's overlapping. It's a ball to the back post that's chipped away by Calafiori, but it's picked up by Murphy. Murphy turns, puts a cross in again. Looking for Dan Byrne there. Put the pressure on Timber, who could only turn it away for a corner. Looks like he was offside there, Dan Byrne. I don't know if that's been given or it's a corner. No, it is a corner. But Dan Byrne, if he'd have put that ball in, would have been given offside. The corner stands. Over on that right-hand side, it's going to be a right-footed away swinger. And it comes as a deep one. And Thiaw was up there on the penalty spot. Got his head to it, but it headed down and straight into the arms of Raya. Looking for the run of Eze, but Libramento was covering nicely there and got across him, took the ball away from him. Ends up back with Pope. Left-footed, he plays it forward down the line looking for Gordon, but Timber's back there. Zubimendi. Mosquera back to Raya. Back inside is Trossard. Tries to turn one way, then the other. Mosquera plays it inside to Trossard, but it's been picked off by Tonali. Anthony Gordon lays it to Joe Linton. Joe Linton goes further right. Guimaraes. Livramento on the overlap. Calafiori gets in the way and blocks his corner. His cross at the expense of a corner. That's one of the problems with trying to play the ball out short from goal kicks or balls laid back to the goalkeeper, that you can be caught on the press, and that's where Arsenal were there, and that's the result of this corner. Away swinger again, and it comes, it's the deep one, obviously looking for Voltemada, but over his head, out to the back post, picked up by Gordon. Gordon's going to put his cross back in again. It's a good one, and it's headed away by Rice at the back post. It's another corner to Newcastle. Newcastle putting the pressure on. Another right-footed away swinger. That's Tonali who's taking that. And it comes again. Header. It's Thiaw again. His header is deflected behind off an Arsenal head, and it's another corner from the opposite side now. So that's about 4 corners in quick succession for Newcastle. Tonali comes all the way across to the opposite side this time to take a right-footed in-swinger. Obviously playing it right into the middle where Voltemada is, see if even he can get his head on it. And it comes now. It's punched away well by Raya. It's going to be picked up by Livramento. He goes down the line. It's Guimaraes. Picked up by Eze. He goes long, looking for the run of Saka, who's central. He's got 3 around him, though, and it's given away, and that must be a penalty. It's got to be a penalty as that. It's a penalty. Will Pope get a red card? He brought Gyökeres down. Now what does the referee do here? It's a penalty, but will he be sent off, Pope? Referee's just having a word with Guimaraes first. Saka having a word with the referee. What is the mitigating circumstances of this challenge for Pope? Are Newcastle going to go a man down? Have a look at that again. It was a ball through the middle. The ball was laid back to Pope, and he's got his right foot in and took Gyökeres down. It's a definite penalty, there's no doubt about that. But what happens to Pope? We still don't know yet. Still waiting for the ref's decision. I don't know. He's waiting for a VAR check on the penalty. There can be no doubt it's a penalty. It's a VAR check. I don't understand what the VAR check's about. He's been told to go to have a look at the screen as a referee. Well, there's no doubt about it. It's got to be a penalty. How can it not be? I don't understand this. There's definite contact. There's definite contact. I don't understand what it's caught him with his knee, Pope. So I don't understand what the VAR check's all about. They're saying that Pope got a touch as Gyökeres took the ball around him, but I can't see what difference that makes. He brought him down, and Gyökeres was going to make the touch and go around and slot the ball in. I can't understand what the issue is here. And what they're saying is that Pope's got a touch. The referee's seen. He's just ushering the players away. And he's going to tell us now. No foul. Pope got a touch of the ball as Gyökeres took it round him. I thought it was a definite penalty, but it wasn't. Even Arteta can't believe it. I can't believe that. He did get a touch, but he brought the player down. And I don't understand it, and neither do some of the Arsenal players. He brought him down, whether he got a touch or not, he brought him down. And the result is that Pope gets the ball dropped at his feet, and the game's back underway with Byrne on the left-hand side. Into Voltemade, he tries to lay the ball off, but it's picked up by Saka, laid forward to Eze. Eze gets the ball forward to Gyökeres. Gyökeres is getting a booze, but it wasn't his fault that he went down. Pope definitely brought him down. Joe Linton, but I think that Gyökeres has just lost his head a bit there. You can't believe it, and neither can Mikel Arteta. Gyökeres just need to take a few deep breaths and calm down here. Rice flicks the ball on. Eze helps it even further, and it's headed back by Livramento to Pope, who's still on the pitch. Fortunate, I think, but anyway, play goes on with Botman. Botman gives it to Murphy under pressure from Saka. Ball deflects off Saka and out for a throw. I'm sure Arteta will have a lot to say about that at the end of the game, but as it is, Burns takes the throw, goes long. Voltemade bounces over him. He's got the wrong side of Mosquera. Mosquera's holding him. The referee's having none of it. 61.5 doesn't do the. Joe Linton's picked the ball up on the edge of the box. Guimaraes has to go all the way back to the halfway line to Botman. He gives it to Thiaw, and Thiaw is going to go back to Pope. Back inside, Gordon. Joe Linton helps it on. Played inside. Gordon heads the ball back forward. Picked up by Guimaraes. He spreads out to the right-hand side. It's Livramento who's overlapping on the right-hand side now. Guimaraes again now. It's Murphy. Murphy cuts inside, lays the ball into Voltemade, who tries to play a little ball inside, but Eze is in the way. The ball is deflected off Murphy and back off the Arsenal defender, Gabriel, and I think that's a corner. Hit him in the stomach, as baying for a handball then, but it actually hit him in the stomach. It's about 5 corners for Newcastle so far. So one's on the right-hand side again. Tonali's going to swing one away. Headed away by Calafiori. Given to Gordon. Gordon swings it across to the right-hand side, looking for Tonali again. He's not going to win header against Calafiori. Guimaraes wins the ball back. Tried to play it inside, but it goes straight to Rice, and Rice is going to clear it long. Looking for Gyökeres. Gyökeres controls the ball, gives it to Saka. Saka tries to give it back to him, but it's just too far in front of Gyökeres and out for a throw. Botman has it for Newcastle now, plays it inside to Guimaraes. He's brought down by Rice and the free kick's given. Free kick to be taken. Tonali gives it to Thiaw, gets it back from Thiaw. Looking for the run down the line from Murphy. Murphy brings it down, but Calafiori takes the ball off his toe and lays it back to Raya. No pressure on Raya. Puts his foot on the ball and then drives it long. Gyökeres again is beaten to it by Thiaw. Eze picks it up in midfield. Zubimendi gets it out to Saka. Saka's going to attack that byline again. He gets his cross in, but it's blocked by Anthony Gordon, and it's out for a corner to Arsenal. Been a frantic pace. It's 22 minutes gone. You wouldn't believe it so far. Saka on the Arsenal right. He's going to take this with his left foot in swinger. Arsenal have got a lot of players at the back post, so it's obviously going to be a long one. And it comes to the back post. It is a long one. It's brought down by Gyökeres, who lays it back to Rice on the edge of the box. Then Zubimendi back to Rice. Trossard is brought down. Foul given. Referee telling Declan Rice, wait for the whistle. Oh, Newcastle here holding a high line. There's space here for Declan Rice to just chip it over the top of them and let his players run onto the ball. A lot of space between the back line and the goal. That's what he does. Rice puts a header in, Gyökeres plays it in, and Calafiori has headed it wide at the near post. It was a difficult one for Calafiori. He got too much head on it. He needed to a bit of a glance and put it in the far corner. Goal kick's taken quickly. Joe Linton heads it on. Voltemade is challenging with Gabriel. Voltemade has the ball now. He's got 3 men around him. Still holding it, going towards the corner flag. Timber tackles them. And then it's cleared. Only as far as Botman though. But is Ball forward is picked up by Saka. Timber gets the ball down the line for Gyökeres. He turns inside to support from Saka. Saka gets it across to Rice, and there's an overload on that far side now. Trossard has got a chance of a shot. He hits one, hits the post and comes out. That's great counter-attacking by Arsenal, but the ball's deflected to Joe Linton. And now Newcastle are way down this left-hand side with Anthony Gordon. Coming towards the end of the box, coming in on his right foot. He has a cross. You can see what he's trying to do with it. His shot actually only just ran gently through to Raya, but he was aiming for that top corner. He just didn't get any elevation or anything on it. Trossard went for pace rather than accuracy. Unlucky to hit the post. Botman chasing the ball back with Gyökeres on him. Lets the ball run out for a throw to Newcastle. Just looking at that shot from Trossard there, he just hit across it a bit, which took it towards that post rather than hitting it across the goalkeeper, which I'm sure he was trying to do with pace. Ball's driven forward. Joe Linton battling for it. Eze picks the loose ball up with help from Rice. Flicked on by Trossard, was it? Headed back forward by Gabriel. Trossard battling for it with Livramento, but Trossard thinks that was a corner, but the referee hasn't given it. TV just looking at that penalty again. Saka now on the edge of the box. Having to turn and go backwards. He's challenged. It's whipped in by Timber. Eze on the edge of the box. His left-footed shot is blocked by Botman and goes all the way out across the pitch for a throw. Arsenal piling the pressure on now. Calafiore's picking a towel up to dry the ball, and the referee said, "Do you not have that?" and taking the towel off him. I don't know whether the referee can he do that? Take a towel off him, what he wanted to dry the ball with. So he's drying it on his shirt, so he should take his shirt off him. Strange one, that. Anyway, the ball comes in into the box. Onto the edge of the box is Eze with a shot. That's a great save by Pope. Eze caught it beautifully, and Pope diving to the right. Strong hands to turn the ball away, and it actually went for a throw in the end. Right-footed shot, and he struck it real well. It's really hit it straight. And Pope got across really well for a terrific save. Keep his team level. Calafiore is going to take a long throw from that left-hand side, the far side. Referee's just having a word with Joe Linton in the Newcastle box. And it comes now. So long throw, up, Thiaw heads it out. Zubimendi gets it to Rice. He goes long and right again, looking for Timber. Timber's free and brings it down. He's got a chance to put a cross in, but he has to come back. Puts his cross in, but it's deflected off Tonali, and it's another corner to Arsenal. Saka's going to take this corner. A left footer on the right hand side. It's going to be swung in, is this? And it comes now deep onto the back post. It's a free header. Trossard had it back in, but he couldn't get it past the first man on the near post. Trossard's cross comes in. Mosquera tries to go up with Pope, but Pope gets above him and parries the ball down, gets the ball away quickly to Gordon, but Raya's out quickly, smashes it into the crowd. Getting 3 men at the back post of Arsenal there for these long corners. Trossard just couldn't find a man as he headed it back. Byrne throws the ball in. Joe Linton's beaten to it. But it is a throw to Newcastle. Gordon's going to take it. Given to Joe Linton. Joe Linton goes down. No foul given, and Arsenal have got a chance to come away again. Saka on the right-hand side now. Byrne trying to get back desperately, but Saka's into the box now. Has a shot, but Pope is, with his right foot, Pope is covering his near post and parries the ball away. Corner to Arsenal. Probably right to have a go there, Saka. There was no one keeping up with him to put the ball across to. Pope positioned himself well to parry that away. Another corner for Saka to swing in left-footed. Trossard at the back post again there. Hopefully he's not going to be left on his own this time. He is left all alone to the back post. It's over everybody this time, and Tonali's going to let that run out for a goal kick. Just a bit too far this time from Saka. Mm. And Pope in no hurry to take this goal kick. Probably just trying to take the sting out of the Arsenal attack, because they have been all dominating the place so far in the last 10 minutes or so. He's going to go long, is Pope, long and left. Byrne flicks the head on. Saka hooks it forward. Gyökeres battling with Botman, gets it to Byrne. Byrne goes down the line again, looking for the run of Voltemade, but Mosquera tried to hook it back to Raya, but slices his back pass, and it goes out for a corner to Newcastle. One thing I can't see Newcastle doing is getting the ball forward for Voltemade to run onto, because he lacks pace, does Voltemade. That's one thing for certain. Anyway, it's going to be a corner. Tonali, I would imagine, with the right-footed in-swinger. It's played short. Given back to Tonali. Tonali puts it in now. There's a free header there by Voltemade, and he's put it in the back of the net. And Newcastle have gone a goal ahead. And that was a well-worked corner there. And that's his forte, Voltemade, his heading ability, not his chasing ability. And he was stood on the edge of the 6-yard box and no one marking him. And he buried it in the bottom right-hand corner. And Raya had no chance. Newcastle take the lead. Arsenal complaining about something, as you would expect. Is there Is there a VAR check this? There usually is on any goal, isn't there? It was Gabriel who went down, who was in front of him. He had his arms on his back, but it wasn't enough for him to go down like that. Gabriel goes down. I can't imagine that's going to be overturned. Yeah, I agree. I've looked at it. It said minimal contact, goal stands, and that's got to be the right decision, that. And Gabriel's got to be stronger than that. It was only a hand just touched his back, and over he went. He should have been challenging for the ball instead of going down and looking for the free kick. And Arsenal are behind. Anyway, the ball's all the way down to the Newcastle end now, and they've conceded a corner. And Gabriel and Voltemade are still arguing about that. Gabriel not happy. His referee's calling them both together. Gabriel's just got to be stronger. And Voltemade is indicating to the referee there that Gabriel has elbowed him at some occasion. I guess there'll be a replay of that to see if anything did happen. He's saying again there that Gabriel did elbow him. We haven't seen the replay, so I don't know, but the referee's just chatting with Voltemade about it. Now Voltemade's telling Gabriel, that's one. I'll be ready for you next time. In swinging corner from Declan Rice this time. In it comes. Deep one again. Headed away by Botman. Trossard at the back post is going to try and let that go out for a throw, but Livramento's hooked it away. Just see if we can see anything there. No, they're showing the goal there. Yeah, even Gary Neville thinks it's not a foul, and it's not. Gabriel just went down looking for a free kick there instead of challenging for the ball. Arteta indicating to that it should have been a VAR check there. Gordon gives the ball away. Saka now plays it to Zubimendi. To Declan Rice, who's come short for it. Zubimendi again gives it to Mosquera. Mosquera's got Gabriel in support. Back to Zubimendi. Timber. Saka here hugging the near touchline, gives it back into Timber again. They've gone back to Mosquera. Now Gabriel has got Calafiori outside him and gives it to Calafiori. Calafiori has to go back to Declan Rice. And then back to the halfway line to Mosquera. Mosquera gives it to Zubimendi. Zubimendi goes out wide to Saka again now. Gordon comes to cover Burns with Saka, goes inside and then is brought down. Referee says play on. Timber's got the ball. Looked to put a pass inside, but isn't looking for Eze. Eze is brought down. Again, there's no foul there. And again, Gordon is brought down by Saka, and this time the referee does blow his whistle. And Gordon's not got into this game so far. He's given the ball away in several areas, but there on the edge of his own, box, there is a dangerous position. Luckily, he gave him the foul. Botman now inside to Gordon, plays it inside to Voltemade, who lays it back to him. It comes to Tonali, gets it out to Voltemade, flicks it inside to Tonali, and Tonali's waiting for the ball to come down before he can run at the defence. It's played into Guimaraes. Guimaraes lays it to the edge of the box to Voltemade, onto his right foot, being forced out, given back to Gordon, and then back to Tonali. Tonali puts his cross in. It's headed away. Zubimendi gets it to Saka, can he? The ball hits Tonali in the face, and the rebound comes to Gyökeres now. Running into the box, got a chance of a shot here. He tries to come inside, and it's well defended by Thiaw. And sends a dummy to Trossard, gives it to Tonali. Back to Botman. Tonali. It's just standing on the ball for a second. Taking the pace out of it. Burns gives it to Botman. And across to Thiaw, back to Botman. Botman plays it out because there's an injury to Tonali by the looks of things. Has gone down on his haunches. Yeah, it could be because the ball hit him. Oh, yeah, Gabriel did have a go at Voltemada there. Voltemada not happy about it. Tonali getting a bit of attention and not missing anything. Play stopped while the guys all rehydrate. We've got a minute. No action at the moment. Please do become a subscriber. Hit that subscribe button and the like. Just looking at that there. There's that Voltemada header. It's a good header. He's stronger than Gabriel, who fell over feeling a hand in his back. Still chatting away about it, the pair of them. Hit that subscribe button if you're not a subscriber. Please do become one. Hit the like button and the notification bell. Help us get to 200 subscribers today, please. That's our goal. If you can help us, please do. 200 subscribers we want today. Ball comes out to Thiaw. Thiaw then turns and gives it back to Pope. Pope gives it to Botman. Botman's got Burns in support, but he's been hemmed in by Saka. Back to Botman, who drives it forward. Headed back in by Mosquera. Saka tries to get it, but he can't keep it in, and it goes out for a throw to Newcastle. Tonali looks okay now. Has had a bit of treatment. Back on the pitch. Burns with the throw. Flicked on by Joe Linton. Zubimendi battling for it. Burns has it now. Chips it down the line left, but there's no one there. And Raya collects the ball out of his box and brings it in before rolling it underarm to Declan Rice. Mosquera in support gets the ball. It's back to Rice. Rice looking for an out ball. Saka, but Saka's, I'm going to say, had the ball taken off him, but he's gone down. And the foul's given, holding his left ankle there. Still gets up, and there's none of his players who are waiting for him to get up. The foul's taken already. Rice has it. Mosquera halfway line. Zubimendi. Gabriel. Rice. Calafiori on the left-hand touchline. Comes back inside, gives it to Zubimendi, who's supporting. He swings it out to the right-hand side, looking for Saka. He has to edit back inside. There's a handball. It was Timber who headed it inside to Saka, who handballed it, and the handball is given. Mikel Arteta and the fourth official there having words, but it seems friendly enough. Just coming up with added time now. 7 minutes. Pope goes long. Voltemada's the tag, but it's headed on by Burns. Joe Linton heads the ball back in. Voltemada is beaten to the header. Botman wins it. Joe Linton brings it down, keeps it inside. Had it played back down the line by Burns. Gordon's going to chase that, but Mosquera clears it into touch. Burns going to take this from the left-hand side. It's just level with the penalty area, but I don't think Dan Burns has got a long throw, and he hasn't. Gordon goes down, weak again by Gordon. He's easily knocked off the ball. Dan Burn with the throw again, but this time he's 5 yards inside his own area. He goes down the line again, looking for Voltemada. Mosquera beats him to the ball. It skims off his head and goes all the way through to Raya. Raya puts the ball down and then goes long. Looking for Gyökeres. He's beaten to it by Botman. Rice picks the loose ball up, gives it to Saka. Timber's outside him and has got to pick the ball up now. Just couldn't take it in his stride. And then slipped, and the ball's taken away from him, and Joe Linton comes away now. Gives it to Gordon, back to Joe Linton. Gordon. Nutmeg on Saka, who brings him down. The referee gives the foul. Gordon rolling around on the floor, holding his right knee. Don't think it was as bad as that. Free kick's going to be taken by Tonali. It's just short of the halfway line, but it's hugging this left-hand near side touchline. It goes into the edge of the box. Heads are up. It's headed away by Gabriel Gyökeres. Now Saka on the right-hand side there. He's got a chance to run at the touchline. He tries to come inside. He's brought down by Tonali. Tonali's not penalised. The crowd boos. It's given to Voltemada. Voltemada loses the ball. Eze picks it up. Voltemada's chasing Eze down, but he's given it to Trossard, who gets out to the left-hand side. Calafiori on his left foot comes inside, lays it to the edge of the box. Gyökeres tried to lead it through to Trossard, but it's cleared. Throw to Arsenal. Saka getting a few boos. So he went down a bit too easy. Zubimendi now has the ball in central midfield. Goes long and left, looking for Calafiori. He volleys a ball straight in, and he slices it off his foot and high into the crowd. Didn't get anywhere near the penalty box. Loud cheer for Calafiori. Another 4 minutes to go of this added time. I think Eddie Howe will be happy to go in at half-time, 1-0. Pope goes long, headed by Byrne inside. Voltemada's beaten to it by Zubimendi, of all people. And it's hit forward by Rice. Gyökeres is saying that he was obstructed, but the referee's having none of it. Referee's done well, actually. He's let play continue, not pulling up for silly little fouls. Ball goes down the line. Looking for Murphy, but Murphy's not seen a lot of the ball on the right-hand side so far this half. Ball's with Rice and Gabriel into the middle. Zubimendi gets it out to the right-hand side. Comes inside. Gives it back to Rice, who's central. Rice's pass is deflected and picked up by Anthony Gordon. He gets it to Tonali, close to that left-hand touchline. Saka's with him, forcing him back. Tonali's still got it at his feet and has to go back to Byrne, and Byrne goes all the way back to Pope. Pope to Botman. The press is on for Arsenal. Byrne into the centre. Voltemada goes down. Gabriel and Voltemada together again. Raya picks the ball up. Mosquera gives it to Declan Rice on the halfway line. Looking for a ball out, doesn't get one. Gives it to Gabriel. Eze back to Zubimendi. Back to Eze on the halfway line. Gives it back to Gabriel. Back to Declan Rice, but it's still just short of the halfway line. Now it goes long to Eze. Touched back inside. Gyökeres gets the ball out to the right-hand side. Saka now. He's beaten to it by Dan Burns. He just couldn't get it under control, and Burns clears it. Zubimendi picks it up on the halfway line. They're going to come again. Rice goes around Voltemada, coming out to the right-hand side, and back to Saka. No, it's Timber, back to Rice. Saka's tucked inside. Gabriel chips the ball in. Headed away. Voltemada, beaten to it by Rice. Comes out to Joe Linton, who lays it out to the left-hand side to Anthony Gordon with a bit of space to run it. He goes all the way across to the right-hand side. Livramento now overlapping. Gives it inside to Murphy. Murphy has to turn and go out. Still on the edge of the box, puts a cross in, but there's nobody there. And that's half-time. Arsenal leading by 1-0. Get your comments in at half-time. Simply Joy's enjoyed it. Great game. Don't forget to click the button to support the channel. Help the channel grow, says Simply Joy. Thanks, Simply Joy. We know you support the channel. Chance to get your comments in now at half-time if you want to. What have you seen so far? Any thoughts on that penalty? What about the goal? Was it a push in the back? Or was it minimal contact like VAR said? Let me know what you think. Thanks to everyone who's been watching so far. I appreciate it. Our goal today is get to 200 subscribers. So if you can help us by becoming a subscriber, please do. Good game so far. It's been all action, backwards and forwards. It's been a high-paced game. And that header by Voltemada separates the two teams. But I think it's fair to say that Arsenal have probably just shaded it. We'll take a look at the stats for the game so far and see what it says possession-wise and the like. Let's just take a look. So, match stats. Yeah, Arsenal have just shaded possession, 54 to 46. Expected goals, 0.3 for Newcastle, 0.59 for Arsenal. So they're just shading it there. Shots 4 on goal for Newcastle, 9 for Arsenal. So they have shaded that as well. The on-target shots, 4 to Arsenal, 3 to Newcastle. So when Newcastle have had a go at goal, they have hit the target at least. Touches inside the opposition box says a lot. Only 5 from Newcastle, 22 from Arsenal. And Pope has made 4 saves to 2 from Raya. So one was a terrific save from a wonderful volley from Eze. It was a great save. But the talking point will be that penalty. Let me know what you think. Get involved in the chat and let me know your thoughts on that penalty. For me, it was a penalty. I don't care whether he got a touch of to the ball or not. Gyökeres was going round him and he was brought down. That's my thoughts. What do you think? Thanks to Simply Joy who's subscribed to the channel. We're getting closer to that 200. Please become a subscriber and take us to 200 today if you can. If you've got nothing to say about the penalty, give us a second half score prediction. I've said 2-1 to Arsenal, so my score is still in there. I still think it's a good shout, that. What do you think? Let me know. Arsenal at the moment missing a chance to cut Liverpool's lead down to 2 points. Be a good result this for Liverpool. As it stands at the moment, Crystal Palace would remain in second place, 3 points behind Liverpool. Then it would be Tottenham and Sunderland in fourth place. What a great start Sunderland have had to the first game back in the first season back in the Premier League. They've done really well. They've had a great start, really have. Won 3 games already. Arsenal would remain in 7th position. I guess if Arsenal lost this game, Liverpool will be kicking themselves because they're going to put 8 points between themselves and Arsenal. And this early in the season, that's a big gap, is that? But like we've said, Liverpool are not in the best of form at the moment. And Man City are probably doing the best at the moment. And a good 5-1 win against Burnley. I'm just going through it. Just see what Gary Neville has to say about that penalty. Les Ferdinand. Les Ferdinand thinks the goalkeeper got a touch, so it's no penalty. Yeah, surprised it got overturned, yeah. Yeah, Mosquera's bad back pass led to the goal, but it was one off the training field, was that one? Gabriel went down too easy. Just threw himself down, Gabriel. What was he doing? You've got a challenge for that ball. Yeah, Gabriel gave him a bit of a forearm in the chin, Voltemada, after that one. So you can understand why Voltemada was not happy. Gabriel arguing his point, but he didn't have a leg to stand on. And Gabriel really should have got a booking for that. If VAR should have taken a look at it, he did put his forearm into the chin of Voltemada. Jamie Redknapp reckons that should have been a goal. A penalty, shall I say. I think it should have been a penalty. Mikel Arteta will have a lot to say about that at the end of the game. Let me know what you think in the chat. Thanks for joining us anyway. Hope you can all become subscribers. We're aiming for 200 subscribers today. We're only 9 away. If you're not a subscriber, please do hit that subscribe button and a like. It just helps the channel grow, which is what we're looking to do slowly but surely. 9 subscribers away from 200. Help us to get there today. If you'd like to join us for more watch alongs, because we do plenty, there'll be another one. I'm thinking of a European game on Thursday. If you can join us for that, please do. But if you hit the notification bell, you'll be given notice of when the next live watch along is imminent. You're able to join us for it. We're not far away from the resumption of the game. Hope you've enjoyed it so far. It's been 100 miles an hour. The ball has gone backwards and forwards into each penalty area, and there's been chances at either end. Good saves from Pope. It's everything you'd want from a neutral. Would you make any substitutions at half time? I don't think so. I think they keep the game going as it is so far. I think that's what both managers will do. They'll maybe give it 10 or 15 minutes into the second half before changing things up. Saka's looked a bit frustrated at times down the right-hand side. But Dan Burns has done well against him. I thought that Dan Burns might have struggled for pace, but he's handled Saka so far pretty well. All advertisements again as usual. Nobody got a score prediction. Looks like my score's going to win then. 2-1 to Arsenal. I still think there's time for Arsenal to get back into it. Definitely is. I think they've looked dangerous on the break. I think their tactic has been to release the ball early, which is unusual for Arsenal. Usually play out from the back, but Raya has gone long looking for Gyökeres. Get the ball to him early and get the runners coming on to feed off him. Can't be far off a resumption so far, I don't think. Hit the subscribe button if you're not a subscriber. Get us up to 200 today. We're not far off now, just a few more for 200. Help us get to 200 views, subscribers today. Helps the channel grow. We're looking for 200. If you're not a subscriber, please do become a subscriber. Looks like Europe have gone on to 12 points today. I guess there's a injury to one of the European players, so they couldn't play. So that match will be halved. So as holders, Europe only need 2 more points to retain the trophy. Should do that pretty simply, shouldn't they? It looks like Saliba's warming up there. Don't know whether he's going to be coming back on soon. I don't know for. Besides that one mistake that cost the goal, Mascara's it's looked all right. Gabriella's looked a bit rattled with Voltemada. Maybe they're going to take him off. We'll see. Eze's had 2 shots in that first half that were really well saved by Pope. Trossard hit the post halfway through that first half. Eze's volley was really well saved by Pope. Teams are coming back out for this second half now. So Saliba is coming on. Who's he coming on for? Mosquera has gone off. So the usual back 4 again. Pity for Mosquera. Maybe Arteta thinks that Saliba's better equipped to handle Voltemada. Newcastle to kick off this second half. Kicking from left to right. Referee blows the whistle and we're away. Declan Rice hooks the ball back to David Raya. Gabriel. Calafiori right-footed. Central. Up goes Eze. He's beaten to it. Picked up by Murphy into the box. Puts his cross into the back post. Is Voltemada in there? And he's hit the crossbar on the 6-yard box. He was leaning back and he had just to... Well, the referee's... the linesman's had his flag up. But he was just stretching for the ball there on the 6-yard box and he got his toe to it. Oh, yeah, it's Jacob Murphy has just run offside. Saliba went diving in for the ball. It went right under his foot. And Voltemada stretching for it. His shot at the crossbar and went over, but it wouldn't have counted anyway. And play goes on. Throw to Newcastle on this near side. Trossard helps it on, but it's only straight into touch. Livramento's going to take this throw. Comes in. Joe Linton heads it on. Saliba's up. Gyökeres is beaten to it. Hooked back in. Gabriella heads it out. and Calafiori slices his clearance out for a throw. It's cleared forward, laid off to Eze. Eze can't take it in his stride, but Rice clears up, can't get it to Trossard, and it's cleared back down the pitch. Excuse me. Raya lets it run out for a goal kick. Raya's going to go long, and he does. Looking for Gokares, but he's beaten to it by Tonali. Tonali flicks the ball back. Pope clears. High in the air. Free header by Gabriel. Headed back by Botman. Calafiori, under a bit of pressure from Murphy, lays it back to Raya. Raya's going to go out wide right. Back to Raya, under a bit of pressure there. Almost gave the ball away. Joe Linton's got in front of Zubimendi. Support from Gordon, but he's given the ball away. He's had a poor game so far as Gordon. Timber now. A lot of players around him, including Tonali. Gordon plays the ball out for a throw. Timber's not going to be allowed to take it from there. Referee saying further back, further back. And he really has to go back to Saliba. Rice. Rice back to Saliba. Zubimendi. Back to Saliba, back to Zubimendi, back to Saliba. Across to Gabriel. Back to Zubimendi. It's all just behind the halfway line for Arsenal, side to side, but no forward movement yet. Gabriel's going to go long, looking to the left. Timber brings the ball down on his chest. Tries to go inside Gordon. Gordon got a slight touch to it, held him up. Goes back to Rice now. Rice coming across. Gives it to Gabriel. Gabriel to Zubimendi. Being forced backwards. Back to Gabriel. Looking one way, looking then the other. Gives it to Calafiori on this near side. He gives it back to Gabriel. It's all in front of the defence of Newcastle. Played inside. Eze now. Saka lays it inside to Timber. Timber tries to play it inside. It's blocked. Picked up by Saliba. Timber back to Rice again. Looking for a way through this packed defence of Newcastle. Calafiori now from wide out. He comes back inside and gives it to Rice. Zubimendi. Back to the halfway line almost. Giving inside to Trossard. Laid out to Calafiori now. Working the way down the left-hand side. His cross comes in. Thiaw and Gyökeres together. And the decision is given Arsenal's way, and it's a corner. Corner on the Arsenal left. I would imagine it's going to be an in-swinger from Declan Rice. A lot of pushing going on, but the cross comes in now into the box. It's cleared away by Botman, I think. Just to the halfway line where David Raya is in the Newcastle half. He goes long and left, but it's a high one that Pope comes out to and catches. He plays out to Botman. Played inside by Byrne to Joe Linton with a bit of space in front of himself now, looking for a pass inside. Has to come across to Thiaw. Thiaw goes back to Pope. Long ball is headed back by Saliba, then it's high for Timber to deal with. Gordon couldn't keep it in. Throw to Arsenal. Rice back to Timber. Trying to get it back to Rice, but it goes out and it's a throw to Newcastle over on the far side, level with the 18-yard box. Guimaraes just trying to wind the crowd up a bit, trying to get the crowd back in it. Shouldn't be out of it, really. They're winning. Ball goes to Voltemada. He heads it to Guimaraes at the edge of the box. Picked up by Eze. Saka nutmegs one, gets it down the line for Gyökeres, but he's got two to deal with. One of them's Thiago, gets it all the way back to Pope. Pope goes long down the middle again. Over everybody, takes one bounce and it's into the arms of Raya. He gives it out to Saliba. Saliba has to go back to Raya. Raya inside to Gabriel. Out to Saliba. Saliba back to Raya. Raya's going to go long this time. Down the right-hand side. Subimendi up with Burns. Subimendi actually won that against Dan Burns as well. And Dan Burns has to jog back and puts the ball out for a throw to Arsenal. They take it quickly. Eze has the ball. Loses out to Joe Linton though. Poor control from Eze. Ball goes down the left-hand side. Tonali lets it go to Gordon. Into the box now on his right foot. Plays it into the middle. Voltemada can't get there. It lets it go across the front of him. It's a great ball by Anthony Gordon there. Eze has lost the ball, has he? No, he's managed to keep hold of it. Gets it out to the right-hand side. Saka on the far side now. He can take Burn on now, but he just has to come inside. Rice now on the edge of the box. Got Trossard in support. Trossard puts his cross in. Eze leaning back on the penalty spot, volleys it over the bar. It was just slightly behind Eze there. Arsenal putting the pressure on in this early second half though, as you would expect. Pope with the goal kick goes long down the left-hand side. Dan Burn battling with Timber. Timber wins the ball. Botman gets the ball out to the right-hand side to Livramento though. He comes inside and is brought down by Calafiori and the foul's given. And Calafiori is going to get a yellow card. He's third this season. 5 games, 3 cards. Chance for Newcastle to lob one into the box for Voltemada to attack. Arsenal holding a line just a couple of yards inside their own 18-yard box. Tonali with Murphy. We would imagine Tonali's going to take this one. He's been taking all the set-piece free kicks so far. Dan Burns is up there as well. And it comes now, touched off to Murphy. Murphy puts this cross into the back post. It's headed away by, was that Gabriel? But Gordon picks the ball up on the far side. Chance to have a go at Saka. Comes inside, lays the ball back to Joe Linton. Joe Linton gets a left-footed shot in. And it's across the face of the goal and out for a goal kick. Nobody attacking that back post because there had a chance there. Nobody gambling at the back post. It went wide from Joe Linton, but someone coming in at the back post there would have had a tap in. Ball headed away by Dan Burn there. Out on this near side for a throw to Arsenal. Gabriel. Saliba, who's deep, has got the ball and has to go back to Raya. Raya's under pressure from Murphy. Drives the ball long. Looking for Gabriel. He's been held up by Botman long enough to be able to get the ball away by Pope. Long ball is brought down by Calafiori, brought inside by Rice. Gets the ball back, Rice. Playing deep so far. Zubimendi in the centre circle, inside to Trossard. It goes across to the right side, looking for Saka, but Burns just gets a head to it and deflects it out for a throw. Given to Timber. Saka back to Timber. Saliba now across to Gabriel. Calafiori hugging the left-hand touchline. Trossard makes a run forward, gets the ball. Tries to get the ball back inside to Zubimendi. Calafiori picks the loose ball up. Now it's with Gabriel. Back to Calafiori. Zubimendi goes across to Rice. Comes forward. Gives it to Timber. Now Saka. Back inside to Timber. Into the edge of the box. Eze onto his left foot. Lays it inside. Off again to Zubimendi. It's chipped forward. There's a header here. And what a great save that is. Timber was away inside the 6-yard box as the ball's chipped over the top of the defence. Heads the ball down and Pope gets his down to his right-hand side and just stops it from going inside the post. Difficult one to put any power in there, but he got the accuracy, but Pope was equal to it. Zubimendi puts the ball in again. Headed to the back of the box where Timber's there again. He's leaning back this time and he hooks one over the bar. Trossard's got a few things to say about being held. Livramento's having a word with Trossard. Not happy about it. It was Livramento on Trossard. Not a great deal in that. Seeing the replay. Ball's back at the feet of Raya. He comes across to the left to Calafiori. Under pressure from Murphy, goes long. Looking for Rice. Thiago gets in front of him and lays the ball back to Pope, who is almost closed down. His clearance is swung across to the far side and bounces out for a throw. Timber's going to take this one. To Eze. Zubimendi to Gabriel. Fires one in at Declan Rice. Manages to bring it under control. Timber to Saka. Turns away from Gordon. Gordon gets back to him. Turns back inside again. And gets the ball to Declan Rice, who sweeps it out to Calafiori on the near side. He gives it back to Rice. Saliba inside to Eze. Plays the ball down the line for Timber. Timber on the edge of the box, puts a cross in. Attacked at the back by Calafiori. Gives it back to Rice. Zubimendi. Eze. Plays the ball into Trossard. Lays it off first time, but it goes loose and it's cleared to the halfway line. Raya is there. Gives it to Gabriel, who pushes it forward to Rice. Arsenal will come again. Saliba. All the Newcastle players behind the ball now, including Voltemade. Zubimendi. Saliba gives it to Timber. Saliba again inside to Zubimendi. Lays it back to Gabriel. Saliba again. Looking for a ball. Chips one in for the run of Gyökeres. It's covered by Thiaw. He clears it before it goes out for a corner, but it's a throw to Arsenal. Arsenal keeping the pressure on down there. Back to Zubimendi. Rice centrally now coming forward. Calafiori. Trossard now. Back to Rice. Inside to Zubimendi. Tried to drag it back. Calafiori tries to get it forward. Pope comes out for it, but Thiaw was having none of it and cleared it before Pop got there. With Gyökeres was bearing down on it. Rice again from the throw. Trossard. Back to Rice. Rice coming more central. Gives it to Zubimendi. He gives it inside to Sacco. Tries to lay it into Eze, but it's cleared. But Arsenal picked the ball up again. And it's still in the Newcastle half. Rice goes long, looking for Timber. Joe Linton gets the ball down the line. But it's picked up again. It's the loose ball. Eze now. Plays it inside to Saka. Saka under pressure. Newcastle come away with the ball. Murphy's now is bearing down on goal. Is Rice with him? He's got a chance to have a shot, but Rice stuck with him and deflected his shot away for a corner. Newcastle hitting on the break there. It's well played by Declan Rice. The full half here he ran with Murphy and got his block in. Feeling that run is Declan Rice, as is Murphy. Corner comes in from Tonali. One to the near post. It's cleared away by Gyökeres. All the way across to the right. It's a high ball that's headed in. Calafiori under pressure from Burns there. Burns goes down, but nothing's given. The ball's cleared by Gabriel to the halfway line. Thiaw hooks it back. Gabriel is in there again. Volleys it high. Saka with Gordon. Now Burns having a word with the referee. Calafiori pulling his shirt there. Probably should have been penalised, but wasn't. Substitution. Trippier coming on. Elanga's coming on for Gordon. No surprise there. Bruno Guimaraes has gone to the... can't imagine Guimaraes is going off. Murphy looks like he may be going off for Elanga, which is another obvious one. And Trippier's coming on. Voltemade goes off. Crowd love him. Getting a good cheer is Voltemade. He's put in a shift. So Gordon for Trippier, Elanga for Murphy, and Osula for Voltemade. 3 substitutions made by Newcastle there. Eze again from Saka. Tries to float a ball into Gyökeres at the back post, but it's covered by Livramento, who heads it back to Pope. Pope is going to go long from the floor. Osler is making the run. Puts Calafiori under pressure. Throw goes to Arsenal, though. Calafiori goes long down the line. There's a push there, but Joe Linton wins the header. Calafiori gets the next header in. Falls at the feet of Eze. It's flicked on by Saka. Saka again with Burns. Burns is too strong for him, bumps him out the way, wins the header. It's picked up in midfield by Joe Linton. His pass is intercepted. Rice, Saka. Comes out to Gabriel now on this near side, on the halfway line. Calafiori. Back to Saliba. Rice on the halfway. Gabriel. Zubimendi. Tries to get the run of Saka. But loose ball is played out to the right-hand side, and Timber's going to pick that up. He's under pressure from Joe Linton. Goes round one. Goes round Guimaraes. Onto the edge of the box. Saka with left-footed shot. It's deflected. Gyökeres just couldn't take it in his stride. But it's a hurried clearance there by Guimaraes, and it's out for a corner. Maybe Gyökeres should have just tried to go for the volley there as it came to, yeah. Tries to control it on the 6-yard box rather than just side foot volley in. He tried to bring it down first. And Botman was in there before he could take the shot. Substitution for Arsenal. Saka's going off. Calafiori goes off. Marino comes on. Martinelli is on probably for Saka. Corner from Rice, over the far side, right-footed away swinger, and it comes now. Near post, it's headed away by Trippier, I think that was, who got the header in there. Long throw from Rice. It's flicked on. Gyökeres has a shot at the near post. Deflection's taken it wide for a corner. Ball was bouncing around on the edge of the 6-yard box there. Can see it better from this side. He brings it down on his thigh, and it must have come off Joe Linton, who went to close him down and went wide of the far post. Another corner though. Rice is going to take it from the near side now, a right-footed in-swinger. And it comes now. And it comes at the back post to Pope, who makes a fairly comfortable catch and takes the pressure off. He's had a good game as Pope, despite the fact that he maybe could have been sent off for a foul. He's still on and he's performed very well. Joe Linton plays it inside. Ball's flicked on there. There's a foul. Livramento flicked the ball on. Saliba just hits him in midair. Yeah, he just put his hip into him as he was going up for the ball and knocked him over, and that foul's given just on the halfway line for Newcastle with about 18 minutes to go. Livramento fell a bit heavily there and he's just hobbling back into position. Pope's going to take this. It's halfway inside the Newcastle half, so they've all left it to him. Kick goes long. Looking for Burns, but he's beaten to it. It's headed out again by Zubimendi. Eze hooks it further forward. Botman's battling for it with Zubimendi. Gyökeres goes down. Ilanga now. Osula on the edge of the box is beaten to it. There's a crowd baying for a free kick, but it comes out to Timber. Guimaraes is in the way of that. Deflects off him for a throw. Guimaraes is pumped and trying to get the crowd going. Man down. Livramento again from that fall, from that challenge a few minutes ago. Don't forget, if you're not a subscriber, please do become a subscriber. We're looking for our 200th subscriber. Hit the like button as well if you can. Much appreciated your support today. Hope you've enjoyed the watch along so far. With 16.5 minutes to go. It's still for the taking there for Arsenal or Newcastle. Looked like Livramento when he was challenged there by Saliba. He was still in the air. It knocked him off balance, and the fall was a jarring fall that vibrated through his left leg, and it's just jarred something in his knee. Just getting a bit of attention now, but there's no play at the moment. So hit that subscribe button while you've got a chance to, while there's a break in play. Try to become our 200th subscriber. Just going through that goal again. The only goal we've had so far, while there's a break in play. Voltemada is off the pitch now, but he's the one who scored it. Livramento is still down. Looks like Lascelles might be coming on for Livramento. It looks like he's able to continue. In fact, Livramento is going to be leaving the pitch on a stretcher. Gets a round of applause, does Livramento, leaving the pitch on a stretcher. A worry for England there. He's a part of the England squad. Hopefully that's not too bad for him. But going off on a stretcher doesn't look good. Lascelles comes on anyway. Eventually we get the ball back into play with a throw on the halfway line on the far side for Arsenal. Looks like Timber's going to take that eventually. It's still not back into play yet. It's given to Rice, who volleys it forward. Gyökeres battling for it again, ends up on the floor. But Arsenal still come away with it. Played in, looking for the run of Gyökeres. Rice volleys it back in. Martinelli on the right-hand side chips the ball to the back post with his right foot. Is it going to be kept in? He did keep it in. Trossard now. There's it to the edge of the box for Eze, but it's deflected into the defender. Probably Thiago cleared it. Bit of scruffy play there from Martinelli. The ball laid out to Trossard, but it's gone straight out for a throw to Newcastle, and Newcastle will just take the time. With 12 minutes to go, they just want to take the sting out of the game now, because this second half has been all Arsenal. Throw comes in, but Gabriel on halfway line gets to the ball first, but it out for another throw to Newcastle. Trippier's going to take this one now. False start. In it comes. Joe Linton working hard. Goes out again for another throw to Newcastle. They're marching down the pitch with these throws. Trippier's going to take it again. It's about 15 yards or so inside the Newcastle half. Guimaraes goes down. Trossard under pressure. Eze battling for it. Trippier lays it back inside. It's Gabriel puts the ball out as it was laid forward. Trippier again, just a bit deeper inside the Arsenal half again, lays the ball down the line, looking for Sule, but didn't quite read that, and it's bounced past him and gone out for a goal kick. Long from Raya. The referee's not happy with that, wants it taken again. Raya gets the ball back and goes long again. Gyökeres is beaten to it by Botman. His header is a long one, goes all the way through to Raya. He picks the ball up and lays it out to Saliba. Saliba comes across to his left-hand side, the near side. It's Gabriel, lays it inside to Rice. Rice to Gabriel, goes back to Raya. Raya's going to go long again. Looking for Gyökeres, who's battling with Lascelles. Botman. Inside from Joe Linton. Goes back from Lascelles. Pope drops the shoulder on Gyökeres and sells him a dummy. Joe Linton just nudges Zubimendi in the back and concedes the free kick on halfway. He's got his hands all over his face. Gyökeres leaning back. Shot scooped over the bar. Half chance again. Again, Gyökeres ends up on the floor. Great challenge from Dan Burn, who throws himself in the way of that. Lascelles pulling Gyökeres down by the chin. He had him round his face. Like a face mask, pulled him down and got away with it. Odegaard comes on for Zubimendi. Last throw of the dice with 8 minutes plus. I would think there'll be quite a bit of added time at the end of this game. Dan Burns battling for it up front with Timber. Timber wins it. It's headed back inside by Joe Linton. And then hooked forward. Osula's going to challenge for this. That's Olanga. Rice comes away with it. It's under a lot of pressure. Going back towards his own goal. He gets it back to Raya. Elanga's putting the pressure on Raya. Raya knew it and got the ball out to Timber. Timber's under pressure from Burns, who's got his arms all round him. And then he's barged in the back by Osula. And Joe Linton went flying in and got a yellow card for that. But I think the free kick was given away by Osula, but must have been something that Joe Linton did that got him a yellow card. Free kick's taken, and it's Rice again centrally coming forward into the last 7 minutes. Odegaard now coming left. Trossard wants it, should have given it a bit earlier, but Trossard has it now and gives it back to Odegaard. Back to Trossard. Through the legs to Rice. Rice has got a chance to put a cross in. At the near post, it's Chow. Puts it out for a corner. Rice comes across to this near side to take it. Another right-footed in-swinger. Taken short to Eze on the edge of the box. Odegaard back to Rice. Rice swings it in first time. It's flicked on and it's a goal. And Marino's glanced a header into the far post from Rice's cross, and Arsenal have equalised. Odegaard gets it, and Rice, with the side of his foot, puts a cross in between the penalty spot on the 6-yard box, and he's just flicked it wide of Pope and into the far corner. Just gets a touch on it. Just thought, was that closer to Pope than he imagined? And could he have dived for it? I don't know. Foul there, but Newcastle get the advantage. It comes across the right-hand side to Elanga now. Screaming handball for a shot that's blocked, Elanga, but nothing given. I'm sure VR, if there's anything to see, we'll be checking it. Elanga has the ball again now, plays it inside, comes to Trippier. Guimaraes now, turning one way, turning the other. Gives it inside to Elanga, to Trippier, back to Elanga. Cross comes in. Burns at the near post, hooks one back. It's headed away by Saliba. Osula under pressure, has got the ball back from, he's been held. But the throw goes to Newcastle. There's a VAR check. The referee's stopped the game now just to see if there's a penalty. Gabriel might be in trouble here. He goes to ground to block the shot, but his arm's up like that in the air. And this is not a natural position, and this could be a penalty to Newcastle. I think it will be. When you've got your arm up like that, but you're on the floor blocking the shot, that's going to be a penalty, isn't it? It's not a natural position to have your arm that high up when you're making a tackle on the floor. Referee's waiting for the VAR check, but no penalty because it's deflected off the shin to the arm. Lucky there. Someone's getting a yellow card, probably Mikel Arteta, is it? No. It's part of the coaching team for Newcastle gets the yellow card there. There's going to be a long throw on the far side for Newcastle. Into the last 3 minutes. There'll be plenty of added time, though. Trossard goes off. Lewis Skelly coming on. We haven't seen much of him this season. Lewis Skelly comes on for the last few minutes. Stoppage time will be chunky. And it comes now. Near post. It's headed away by Gabriel. And then there's a foul there by Dan Burns. Dan Burns is going to get a yellow card, and he does. What they call a professional foul. Arsenal fans getting behind the team now after they've got themselves back into it like they did against Man City late on. Eze beaten to it by Trippier. Trippier again. Gabriel. Eze heads it back inside. Guimaraes goes down and the foul is given to Newcastle. Minute and a half of normal time left. How much injury time? You would imagine added time is going to be another 6 or 7 minutes. Pope goes long. They're battling for it there. There's players going down left, right and centre. Martinelli gets it back to Saliba, who puts it down the line. Can't get to it. Goes out for a throw to Newcastle. Again, there's another player down. 8 minutes. Ball goes down the line. Asula has been pulled down. And they're saying that Asula was the one doing the pulling. And the free kick goes to Arsenal. It's taken quickly. Declan Rice gets the ball in centre midfield, coming forward to the left. Skelly lays it back. Odegaard to Timber, back to Odegaard. Odegaard gets it across to the left-hand side. It's Gabriel now. Bit of space in front of him. Don't seem to want to run into it. Prefers to give it to Rice, who can go forward. Odegaard outside him. Gets the ball, but he's not got much space to work with, and he has to go back inside. Back to Gabriel. Skelly is outside him. Odegaard's going to give it to Skelly, which he does. Goes back to Gabriel. And back to Rice. Are they going to swing it in? They do. It's over Eze. Headed forward. Back to Skelly from Trippier. Odegaard plays it inside to Eze. Gives it back to Odegaard. Back to Rice. Saliba back to Gabriel. Everyone behind the ball for Newcastle. Can Arsenal open them up? Can Odegaard open them up? Turning one way and then the other. Goes out to the left to Gabriel. Then to Lewis Skelly. Back to Gabriel. Odegaard gets it through to Gyökeres. Gyökeres goes down. Nothing doing. It's played away. Burns can't get there. Declan Rice trying to work hard for it. Tonali holding him off. Timber has it now. Can he get his cross in? He's trying to turn Dan Burns. Comes back to Rice. Odegaard. Plays it out to the left-hand side to Gabriel. Gabriel left-footed is going to put a cross in. It's over the top of everybody. But Timber can pick it up at the back. Puts it through the legs. Martinelli in the box on his left foot looking for space. Declan Rice to Timber. Timber back to Declan Rice. Puts his cross in to the back post. Comfortable catch for Pope. There's a foul given on Alanga on the halfway line as the ball's played out there. Joe Linton's going off. As we've had 3.5 minutes of the 8 minutes, Joe Linton goes off and Harvey Barnes comes on. It's going to be Trippier who's going to take this free kick just short of the halfway line. It's on the right-hand side. He puts it into the middle now. Rice wins the header. Down to Elanga. Elanga hooks it into the back post. It's headed in by Osula. Oh, it was Tiao. Ball's thrown out to Odegaard. He skips inside. Lays out to the left. Declan Rice gets out to Skelly on the edge of the box now on the left-hand side. Back to Rice. Rice gets it to Odegaard. Odegaard plays the ball inside. Skelly's in. That's a great tackle. Great covering tackle by Tiao, who's had a really good game. He slid in and blocked the cross when it looked like Tiao was going to... Skelly was going to put the cross into the free man at the back post. In fact, there was two. Gyökeres was one of them. And it's a great block by Tiao. Corner. 3.5 minutes or so left. Rice to take it. In it comes. Right underneath the post. There was a shot in there by Martinelli. Came out after Pope had punched it. Marino puts a cross in again and Pope comes and takes an easy catch and he kicks it out. It's a poor kick though and it's picked up. Skelly. Rice puts another one in. It's flicked away. Lascelles. Pope is saying that he was fouled. He had his arm pulled as he was trying to throw the ball out. Martinelli's volley, which was hit into the ground and then headed away by Lascelles. Odegaard with the corner from the far side, left-footed in-swinger. And it comes now. Pope comes again and it's deaded in. Pope didn't make it and they've stolen it. And it's Gabriel. Gabriel has scored the winner. What you would think has got to be the winner. And again, Arsenal have scored from a corner. And again, it's Gabriel who's headed it in. Pope came for it through a crowd of players, didn't make it, and Gabriel glanced it in. And would you believe it? They've stolen it at the last second. And Arsenal have scored the most goals from corner kicks like this in the last year and a half, 2 years. And he got in front of Pope. As Pope came for the ball, he gets in front of him. A crowd of players. Dan Burns was in there, didn't get off the floor. Tiao didn't get off the floor. And Gabriel just got in front of them all and glanced it in. And virtually 1 minute to go. Newcastle have got to go for it. No choice. Play back underway. Headed away. It's kept in by Martinelli. Being forced backwards though. Pope hits the ball forward. It's flicked on by Burns. It's well defended by Rice, who clears it. Gyökeres beaten to it by Tiao. Eze now. Eze's fouled Guimaraes in the centre circle and the free kick's given. Time is up. It's up to the referee how much longer he wants to carry on now. It's the 8 minutes gone. Arteta telling his men to get back. Every one of them get back. Free kick's going to be taken from the centre circle. Going to chip it in. And it comes now. High. It's in the box. Got to be headed away. It did look like there was going to be a... What? VAR check for a handball in the... It's bouncing all over the place. How they could see where there was a handball there, I don't know. Nothing doing. The long throw comes in now. It's flicked on, headed away, and Eze helps it even further. And the referee blows the whistle, and that's it. Game over. And Arsenal have stolen it at the last second. Thanks to everyone who's joined us for this live watch along. The thrilling end to this game. Hope you've enjoyed it. Before you leave, please do become a subscriber. We're looking for our 200th subscriber. We're not far off it now. Please do hit that subscribe and the like button. But until next time, if you want to join us for more live watch alongs, hit that notification bell. Enjoy the rest of your day.